Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is Max Kelly, currently a 1-on-1 pro training out of Base Training Centre in Queensland under the great Damien Beatdown Brown, who ironically runs Beatdown Promotions, his former UFC fighter, and they are taking the trip on over to Hex Fight Series 28, November 18th, Festival Hall in Melbourne, where Max will take on Jack Lyons. Now, the interesting thing about Jack, he's a 3-1 professional. And he ran 50-odd marathons in 50 days. So he has built up quite the reputation to having some incredible cardio. So we get Max Kelly's thoughts on that. Now, I do implore you to have a listen to this one because Max is... Mate, he's a character. If he wins a couple more fights in a row, he could be an absolute star. He's just got that personality, you know. He's got it. So I would be heavily invested in this fight. But we'll find out a little bit about Max, what he does for a living, family, yada, yada, yada. You know the story. You get emotionally attached. You buy the pay-per-view. He wins. You get behind him. He becomes a star. I become a star. We're all happy. All right, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Max Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the show, Max Kelly has taken on Jack Lyons at Hex Fight Series. Mate, welcome. How are you?
Thank you, bud. I'm good. I feel good. I'm hungry, but I feel good.
Well, I mean, you say you're hungry, but it's a catch weight bout. How did that come about? 165 pounds, I believe.
Yeah, so usually I fight at welterweight, which is 77.1, and I have fought at 74, whatever that is, 74.6, I think it is. I have fought it before twice, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to fight. I wanted to fight, and Damien was like, "Oh, I got you one," and I went, "Sweet, let's do it." Down in Melbourne, free trip to Melbourne. We got paid to go punch people in the face.
I mean, it's pretty sick because I'm pretty sure have all your fights been in Queensland?
I'm actually the first member of the gym that's been there since day one that's having an interstate fight. So that's pretty
really
cool.
So, I mean, you mentioned Damo, obviously former UFC fighter, doing a great job with Base and whatnot.
Yep.
Were you there? So you were there from when the gym first opened?
Not when it first opened. I want to say it was about a year. It was a year of it being open, and I think it just started back open after the COVID. And that's when I went down there, and the first time I met Damien, I joined up straight away. So I wouldn't say one of the first members, but I've been there since pretty much day dot.
What made you kind of go there in the first place to crack on?
I don't know, man. Like I've never really been a fighter at all, to be honest with you. I've never had a street fight. I've never done any of that. Never really liked confrontation, to be honest with you. But competition's different. I love competition. But yeah, I think Damo gave me a hell of a spiel before I signed up, and I was like, "Yep, this is me." I just wanted to find the closest place, pretty much. I wanted to find the closest place to me, so I didn't have to drive too far. And then here it was. It wasn't an MMA gym. Didn't have like MMA plastered all over it. It was Base Training Centre. I went down and Damo gave me his spiel, and I was hooked from day one.
Man, there's almost like weirdly like a little bit of luck in a weird way because John Martin Fraser, that just won the Eternal middleweight belt, he was training with Kyle Noak, and he didn't even know who Kyle Noak was when he started. I'm like, that's literally like one of the best Australian MMA fighters we've ever had. And it's just like, and that sounds similar.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know. Well, I didn't know MMA fighters. I knew like Chuck Liddell and like Tito Ortiz. That's the like MMA fighters I knew. And obviously Conor McGregor is probably my biggest inspiration to get into it. And then Damon was like, "Yeah, I was in the UFC." I was like, "Oh, sick!" I still to this day haven't watched one of his fights in the UFC.
I don't care. I do not care what we talk about for the rest of that. So I'm quoting that, and I'm at least sending it just to him.
I told him that the other week. I'm like, to be honest with you, bro, I've never seen one of your UFC fights. Yeah. I haven't seen one. I don't reckon I watched one of Damo's fights at all. I watched a couple of Blackies. I reckon I watched 2 of Aaron Blackies. And then never watched Damien.
I just love that he could be telling you something and you're like, yeah, mate, look, I get it. Yeah, UFC, but like, I don't care.
Well, it's massive. Trust me, it's massive. And I take Damien for the person he is at the end of the day. I don't care if you've been in the UFC. I think he's a good coach the way he coaches, not because he's been in the UFC or nothing. He's had a lot of life experiences, and I think that makes him a great coach.
What actually does make him like a great coach? Because even when he talks about business and everything, he's got this different mind. For a guy that's been punched in the head, he's kind of a genius.
Man, he's a genius in his sort of way. But yeah, he is like when it comes to business side of things and coaching side of things and all that sort of stuff. When it comes to the gym, he's fucking really smart. Like he's really clued on with that stuff. And I think he always says he's an ideas man, and he gets other people to sort of create his ideas. But yeah, man, he's a hard worker, and he's one of the smartest people I've ever met when it comes to a business sense. And I think he's a better coach than he is a fighter. So
is he a pushing coach, or does he have to pull you back at times? Like, what's he?
Fuck no. He's nowhere near a pushing coach. That man is laid back. That man is laid back. He doesn't force you to do anything. His sort of thing is, if you want to be here, you're going to be here. Oh yeah. There's no point me pushing you to be something you're not. So he has to pull me back. That's for sure. But he's not a pushing coach at all. He's in terms of that. I don't think I could deal with a pushing coach. Someone who just like was always on your case. He's a friend to me as well as a coach. And I couldn't. He's the perfect coach for me, I think.
Are you training like do you want this to be your career type thing, or?
Yeah, 100%. Look at these fucking ears. I got nothing else now. I'm probably yelling into this.
No. It's look, that checks out, because I always thought that, right? Like if you're a white belt with cauliflower ears, like you got to go the whole way.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
I always pay the white belts out with the cauliflower ears, because I'm like, fuck, well, you got nothing else to do, boy. You got to fucking go on with it now. You're fucked. Those ears are ugly. So no, I think it was not until maybe 6 months in I was just like, yeah. This is a newfound dream for me. It's not something I've been dreaming about since I was a kid. I played rugby league when I was growing up. Wasn't good at it, but I was playing that. I was playing that when I was growing up. So it was never. This is a very newfound dream, but this is something I reckon I want to continue on, and I reckon I'm going to make it to the UFC and all that sort of stuff. So,
how old are you now?
26. Just turned 26.
Nice.
So that's why I fought fucking 9 times in the last 2 years. I want to be here for a quick time, not a long time. So I don't want too much brain damage. So get in, get out, be great at it.
Do you have a point? I ask a lot of guys this question, but like, do you have a point where you go, fuck, if I'm not in the UFC, but like, I don't know, like 30, 31, I'll go do something else? Like, do you have a plan like that?
I don't think I think, to be honest with you, the way Damo's fucking putting out gyms, I don't think in 5 years' time, if I don't make the UFC, I don't think I'll ever be going, because I'm a carpenter by trade, so I don't think I'll ever be doing that again in 5 years' time. I think I'll be training and coaching full time at one of his gyms. I hope. Depends if he wants to hire me. I'm pretty fucking. I'm a liability, so it's up to him if he wants to hire me. But
no, it's fair.
I can't stop swearing.
Yeah, I actually think he did say you are a liability, which is great. You obviously it's like you attack the MMA game a little bit more like you're just having fun.
Well, what's the point of being fucking so serious? I don't understand all this. Like, one thing with me, man, is like you'll never see me talking a lot of shit to my opponents, or if I do, it'd be all in the name of fun. I don't understand these people who get in there and like, oh, fuck him, fuck this. You know what I mean? They take it real seriously, real personal. I don't understand it. At the end of the day, the bloke next to me, the bloke, opposite me is just trying to do what I'm doing. You can't hate on someone who's doing the same thing I'm doing. And it just, if you try and get too personal with it all, the fun goes out of it. And why are we really doing this? Just have fun.
Yeah. It's like when a bloke hits on your missus, doesn't know you're with her at the bar, and you're like, why am I mad? Like,
No, I tell my missus to go get drinks off him and then bring them back to me. 100%, bro. That's fucking been my game. I've been dating my wife since I was 17, and she's got me a lot of free piss. So.
Wow. 17.
Yep, 17. I got 2 kids too.
17. Wow. She's not here. Any regrets?
No. She puts up with me, man. You gotta celebrate that. She puts up with me, and I'm not the easiest person to put up with. So no regrets at all. I had my first toy when I was 20. So
That's wild. So,
yeah.
like life, do you feel like not life's done, but do you kind of feel like you're like, yep, I've done everything I'm supposed to do?
No, I think it's still. I've got fucking 3/4 of my life ahead of me, man. But I just want to, I just want to obviously travel the world. But I think I found that way is going to be with the fighting. So when I get fights overseas, that's me traveling the world, even though I'm probably going to be weight cutting at the same time. But I want to travel the world. I just want to get out there. It's not over. It's just I'll be partying when I'm 40 instead of right now.
I was like,
Conor McGregor. McGregor, bro.
Yeah. No, I love you said travel the world, but it's like your first time leaving Queensland. Like you go to Victoria.
Yeah. Well, bro, it's probably, I reckon this is like the second time. Well, to be honest with you, I've been fighting for 2 years.
It is true, yeah.
I've only been fighting for, I think it's like 2.5 years. I had my first fight 8 months in. So in the grand scheme of things, it's been pretty quick. So yeah, I'm already get to travel, and then I don't think this is going to be my last one. That's for sure. So it's only up from here.
Do you know much about your opponent, Jack Lyons? I mean, like, does a man like that, like, do you worry about his cardio because he ran 50-odd marathons in 50-odd days?
Boy, that's hectic, eh? That is hectic. Fucking kudos to him, bro. That's insane. That's insanity. You can't run very far in the octagon, but is the thing is like we're cut off, bro. We get fucking locked in there. You know, his cardio is insane, no doubt about it. But I don't know, like at the end of the day, you can't be thinking about he must have better cardio. I think my all round game is up there with the top welterweights in the country. So in the short amount of time I've been in it, so. I don't have any worries when I step in there, man. It's freedom for me.
Do you take like great sort of like pride in the fact that Damien Brown knows what he's doing? He gets you a fight with a guy that's 3-1. Jack Lyons' last fight was against Abdallah Biata, who is a Hex featherweight champion, interim champion, and you're 1-1 getting thrown in the ring with a guy that's 3. Like, it's like, are you like, hey Damo, like, what's going on, bro?
No, bro, I told him I only want hard fights. What's the point? I don't want to do this to be fucking fighting scrubs and getting a pristine record to go into UFC and get absolutely smoked. What's the point of that? I want to climb a mountain to get in the UFC, so it's only easy from then on, even though it won't be, but. I'm not fighting scrubs. I'm not fighting scrubs.
And what would you be doing, mate, if you weren't doing this?
I'd be fucking slinging a hammer. I'd just be chipping into what I'm doing now. So I'd probably, I wouldn't be doing much else than fucking slinging a hammer. That's about it.
Do you like building shit? Do you like your job?
Fuck no. Who likes their job? I like my job when I'm. Fair enough. But I like my job when I'm fighting. But no, I don't. Like, I enjoy building stuff. I enjoy like creating like a design that people, a design people have, and then creating that and putting it in physical form. I do enjoy that. But the whole 7:30 to 3:30 every day, no, that's not for me.
How do you go with the whole friends and family support? Does the family like you getting punched in the face?
Mum hates it with a passion. Like, she doesn't come to my fights. She hides her eyes when she when she watches me on TV. Dad doesn't give a fuck. Dad's a gangster. I remember I had my third fight, man. I fought for a title against. I took it on like 10 days' notice. I fought this fellow called Hank King, and he's a middleweight. And I went up middleweight. I weighed in like 81 kilos, nowhere near the middleweight. Cut off, nowhere near it. And he weighed in like 100 on the night or something. He beat the fucking brakes off me, and then I was walking out there. I was walking out the cage, and Dad goes, "Ooh." And I walked straight past him. He didn't say shit. He's just like, "Ooh, you right?" And then he ducked his head in and he goes, "I'm going, mate," as I was getting stitched up. I was like, "Fuck, serious?" Yeah, it's fucking,
Yeah. It was probably
yeah.
it's probably one of the moments too where he's like, when you're walking out, he's like, "That's my son, that's my son." And after the fight, he was like, "Nah, fucking."
Who's that, bro? Yeah, he's like, that's my son, and then you just don't see him again. You're like, where'd he go? Yeah, no, he's a tough cookie. So he comes to my he gets in it. He gets really involved.
Mm.
He comes to all my fights, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, mum doesn't like it at all.
Was he? Did he get you into combat early at all? It sounds like you were just playing rugby league.
Nah, league. So I had two older brothers who were both really good at league, and then fucking I don't know where it went wrong with me. Just fell real short. And then I had my oldest brothers played Broncos 20s and stuff, so he was real good, real high athlete. And he fights now at the gym as well. So
Oh, well.
yeah, he's got a fight on XFC December 2nd. So
What's his
that's one
name?
to look at. Jake Kelly. It's one to look out. He's a specimen. He's a fucking unit of a man, and he fights a light heavyweight.
Oh, is he? Does he beat you?
Fuck no. Kidding me? Nah, he goes all right. Nah, he's good he's been training similar time. Skills wise, I'm so much better than him, but he's just a fucking force because how big he is.
Would you ever do a brother versus brother fight?
Oh, for money, yes, 100%. Are you kidding me? If they would pay me enough, 100%. I used to do that shit for free. Are you kidding me? If we're getting paid, 100%. We'd have to meet in the middle on weight, but he's fucking so much bigger than me.
I thought the weight didn't matter.
I never said that. I said I'll fight him if he meets me in the middle. I said I'm way better skills wise than him, and he's just a force because how big he is.
And
100%.
yeah, and your mum's got to sit ringside.
If they paid my mum too, I think she'd fucking sit. She'd commentate. She'd commentate if they paid her enough.
Oh, I love it. Mate, before I let you go, how's this fight going to go November 18th? What are you expecting?
Oh, I feel like he's going to come. I know he's been. Look, I don't know a lot about Jack. I know he's got a freak of a gas tank. We know that. I know he loves the boxing. He's a real kickboxer sort of style. I think he's going to come out hard and fast. I think he's trying to put pace on me straight away. I think he's got to. I reckon he's going to be real heavy on that lead foot. He might not be. He might be. He hasn't fought in 18 months. It's hard to gauge something who's someone who hasn't fought in 18 months. So I don't look too much into it, but I think he's going to try and set a pace, and try and put me up against the cage. But I reckon my counter strikes and my wrestling is going to avoid all that. So I think we get it done in 2.
Do you think the fact that you've had about 37 fights in the space of 18 months is going to help?
Oh, 100%. You got to. I always said this, and Paulie Loger actually said it as well. As long as you're healthy, you fight. You know what I mean? Because as soon as you start getting injuries and they link up and you don't fight for a year, and then even after my last fight, man, I feel like I was out of the cage for too long. It was only 6 months. So that was my longest layoff, and 2 years was the 6 months between my first pro and my second pro. And even then, I felt a bit weird in there. So if I can fight every 3 months, I want to fight 4 times next year, maybe 5. If I can fight every 3 months, that's perfect for me. And I think inactivity is a killer.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, do it when you don't want to, because there'll be a time you want to and you can't.
Exactly. It's not even like I don't want to. I'm at the gym every day outside of camp. The relationships I've built down there, second to none. So I'm there every day anyway. So I may as well be in a camp busting my ass and staying fit and healthy than going out and getting on the piss on a weekend. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel good when you rock up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you got to deal with kids the next day.
It's true. It's true. Does Damian get in the sparring rounds in with you, or?
He tries to get out of it now because I'm such an animal, but
he beats you up, doesn't it?
No, there's no shots. I'm bigger than him, stronger, faster, better looking, you name it. Nah, he gets in there. yeah, he gets even in there. Even when he's hungover, he's gotten in there before, and he's still a beast, Damo. He's a freak of nature, and he has a gas taken in half. So
it's not what I asked. Who gets? Does he?
I'm not going to say I beat my coach. Don't set me up here, lad. Why are you trying to set me up here, lad? Damo wins every day, even when he's 50. Damo wins. Stop winking at you.
Oh, mate. One more before I let you go. After it's all said and done, how does Max Kelly want to be remembered in mixed martial arts?
The best entertainer. I'm an entertainer. I'm not a fighter. I'm an entertainer.
Oh yeah, love it. All right, mate. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm looking forward to seeing you fight. People can still get tickets and stuff like that. Do they use like your last name or something? Does that help?
Yeah, look, if you're in Melbourne, you know me. Put my last name. Even if you don't know me, fucking help me out, eh? Like, put my last name down there. Nah, yeah, last name, and then just go to Hex on Instagram, or you can go Hex on their website. So all the tickets. There's not many tickets left. I know that, but to get on there, just go to Hex on Instagram or on their website.
Beautiful. All right, mate. It was a pleasure, and I'll see you in Melbourne.
Appreciate it, bud. You have a good one. I'll see you there. See you, mate.